Good day, Jane Daly here, and in this video, I'm going to be going over and giving you an overview of how to use sales funnels for network marketing. So I hope you had a chance to watch the previous video that talks about what a sales funnel is and gives an overview of just comparing a sales funnel to a traditional website and how to use a sales funnel for your business. If not, you can go and watch that now because this video will be specifically about how to use sales funnels for network marketing. So it's going to be a video for people who already have an idea of what a sales funnel is. Okay, so this is basically an image. It's not the best image, but it's just to show you how a sales funnel works for network marketing. So this is a network marketing bridge funnel, and each of these squares represents a page in the sales funnel. So there's a bridge page, which is the initial page. There's you see they call it a bridge or bait page here. And then there's a bridge page with calls to action. And then from there, you can direct the person to your corporate website. So this is the network marketing website where the actual company's products are. So you can direct them to whatever page on that site that you want. If it's a specific product you'd like to promote, then you could lead them directly to that specific product page. So essentially what we're looking at here is the first page, the bridge or bait page, would be offering something for free for the person who lands on the first page of your sales funnel. So in this example, there's a report here. It can be a video to watch. It can be an ebook or a guide or a PDF or any type of digital information that you would want to offer for free to the person that lands on your page. So it's got to be something of interest to the person, whoever's in your target market, whoever it is that you're trying to attract. So if you're trying to attract people who, let's say, love makeup, other women who love makeup, then it should be something related to that industry, related to makeup, that would be attractive for them, that they'd want to enter their name and email into the page for. So the reason that we do this, which I mentioned in the previous video, is basically so that you can build an email list for your network marketing business. Now, there's not a lot of network marketers that do this, but this is a critical part of what increases your chances of success a lot, because an email list is a very important asset to have, not just for network marketers, but for anyone basically who has not just an online business, but any business. So from this page, once they've entered their name and email, they're going to be directed to a second page in the sales funnel, which is another bridge page. So on this page, you can put pretty much anything that you would like to put. Oftentimes, I've seen a video that the person asks the potential customer to watch, that talks maybe a little bit more about the products themselves, how they're non-toxic and what the ingredients are, perhaps a video on how to use a product. Testimonial videos are very good to use as well. People love to hear other people's experiences with a certain product before they buy them, or anything like that. So, you can choose whatever it is that you want to put here. If it's a video you create, or a video maybe that's provided by your company, or just an information, let's say, then you can put that here. And then it's also an opportunity on this page for you to put calls to action. So that's what CTA stands for, is a call to action. You can put however many calls to action that you'd like. I would recommend not more than 3. So depending how much you would want them to take the certain action. So let's say there are certain things that you'd want them to do. besides visiting the corporate website, which they're going to be directed to as well. Let's say you'd like them to join your free Facebook group as well. So then you can have one call to action to join your free Facebook group, which you can have a button to open um, to open the Facebook group in a new browser window, and you can have a second step, which is to visit the corporate website, and you can put some attractive text there to get them to do that. Um, so this is the how the sales funnel works in a nutshell for a network marketing business. So this is just one type of sales funnel though for network marketing. This would be specifically for um, well, it can be for a product or for recruiting, but you can't do both activities in the same sales funnel. And the reason being is simply because the person who is interested in the products initially is probably not going to also be interested in a business opportunity. So you need to meet the customer where they are and where their mind frame is at the time. So if you want to attract people with buy the products because you believe in the products, and they're non-toxic, or they have certain qualities that attracted you to them initially that you want to share with the prospects, then that would be a whole different type of sales funnel with a different discussion, different text, different video, focusing only on the products versus focusing on the opportunity itself. So that's one mistake that some network marketers make initially when using sales funnels, is they try and cram in everything into the one sales funnel and put in a whole lot of messaging for different things, and it just ends up confusing the people who land on the sales page, and they don't end up buying or signing up at all because, as I mentioned in my previous video, a confused mind doesn't buy. So it's important to keep it simple and do one topic at a time for your sales funnel. So I'm gonna just take you over to my account here. So this is my ClickFunnels account. Now ClickFunnels is the program where you can create the software program, essentially, where you can create sales funnels for your own business. And I'm just going to open up the network marketing sales funnel that you will be receiving through the link that I send you. So once you open up once you click on the funnel here in your account, you're going to have the option to see the sales funnel pages. So on the left-hand side here they call them funnel steps. So each page is basically a funnel step. So the squeeze page is always the first page of the sales funnel. It's an opt-in page, where I described to you the people will be entering their name and email into for you to get them onto your email list. And then the thank you page is basically the second page that I showed you, where you can put a video or calls to action or anything like that. So my purpose with this video is not to give an in-depth training on how to use ClickFunnels. I'm going to give you an overview of the sales funnel that you'll be receiving and how to make modifications to it for your own business and your own products. Give you some ideas on things that you can do in your sales funnel to help attract your target market or potential customers in your target market, and give you some tips and things like that. But for a more in-depth training, you can contact me to talk more about that. If you need any help with learning how to use ClickFunnels, then I'll be happy to help you. But this video is not for an in-depth ClickFunnels training. So I just wanted to mention that. Okay, so the good thing that I will mention about ClickFunnels, though, you have access to all of your statistics here, and everything is very easily accessible, and it's very intuitive and easy to use. So it might look overwhelming at first. It certainly did to me, but once you've gotten the hang of it, once you're used to it, then it's a very intuitive process. So you have here, I'll just go over this quickly, the statistics for your sales funnel. So once you do start using it, this is where you would come to have a look at the effectiveness of it. So this is just a sales funnel template that I use. So I haven't used this at all myself. So that's why you don't see any stats in here. But so for each page of your sales funnel, it will break down all the statistics for you. So all the page views, and also all the opt-ins. So, and then you can keep an eye on your opt-in rate, which is something that's very important in marketing, for you to keep an eye on to see how effective your offer is basically on your squeeze page. So you want to have somewhere around, at the very least, 10% of an opt-in rate. 20% is really what I would, what's considered a good or a decent opt-in rate. And depending on how attractive your initial free offering is, then, you can, maybe your opt-in rate might even be higher than that. So this is a good way for you to gauge how much people are appreciating your offers, so that you can make any changes, let's say, to your sales funnel or to your offer that you need. So if you see people aren't really opting in, and you've had a couple of hundred page views, or 300 or 400 page views, and the opt-in rate is at 5%, then you might want to look at either beefing up your initial offer on your squeeze page to entice people to submit their email more, or maybe trying a different offer altogether. So this is just something really important that I wanted to mention to you, that you would need to keep track of. So here you would have the list of all the contacts that opt in to your sales funnel. So basically, if you don't have anywhere to put them yet, if you don't have an email autoresponder or a list in an email autoresponder where you can automatically download the contacts as they sign up, then this is where you would click to access all of those email addresses. So the great thing about this is, so this is included in ClickFunnels, and you can't send emails from here. It's not intended to replace an email software or email autoresponder. However, it will store them for you. So once you do get that in place, then you can just click download contacts here, and it will basically create, it will export all of the data for you into an Excel spreadsheet that you can then upload into your autoresponder when you're ready. So that's another important thing that I wanted to show you about this sales funnel. All right, so to start editing the sales funnel, or the first page, you'd have to click on whichever page that it is that you want to edit. So we'll start with the squeeze page, and we'll click edit page. So this is what your sales funnel will look like basically once you receive it. So again, this is not intended to sell any specific product. I have not used this funnel. It's just a funnel that I created that follows the usual process for sales funnels. Then I tried to make it more specific to a network marketing product potentially, but it's not, for a specific product at all. It's just a template. So the expectation is that you will replace each of these elements with your own text, your own colors in the background, the button, the image, and all of that. So the template is here, just so you don't have to create it from scratch. So this is, just intended to be a helpful template. So in this example, I put an ebook here for a weight loss product. So essentially, you're trying to attract, people who are trying to maybe lose weight, or who are struggling with losing weight, or whoever your target market might be. And essentially, all the wording on this page should be catering exactly to your target market. I speak about that in another video, um, how to craft offer specifically for your target market, and how to, research your target market and make sure that you fully understand their desires and their needs so that you can speak to them properly in your marketing. But I'm not going to get into that in any depth here. But essentially, this is the one page that you really need to focus on, because this is the initial page that the prospect will be landing on, and this is the initial impression they'll have of not just the product but of your brand. And this is basically what will be the deciding factor for them as to whether or not they feel what you're offering is good enough for them to give you their email for in exchange. So um, the the point here is really to speak to your target market in a way that catches their attention and piques their curiosity, and make an offer that they will absolutely want to get their hands on. So giving their email is a no-brainer in order to get it. So those are the purposes of this specific page. You don't have to be very, verbose or put a whole lot of text or anything like that. In fact, the more simple you can make it, the better. So here is just an attention headline to grab people's attention. So attention for those who are serious about improving their health and losing pounds. So hopefully that would be the target market that you're seeking, or whatever your statement would be here. Get this free ebook sent straight to your inbox. Discover the truth about weight loss and the keto diet. So you're telling them exactly what they would get, and you're kind of trying to pique their curiosity with words like, truth, and the truth about weight loss and everything you need to know before starting keto. So, hopefully in their mind they're thinking, oh, maybe this is all the information that I'll need to learn about keto, because maybe it's been confusing for them in the past and they never knew where to start with keto. But they've seen that it's been super popular with other people. So this would hopefully be a tempting enough offer for them to offer their email to get the ebook that would have all of the information concisely in one place for them. So that's kind of the purpose and the thinking behind the text on this page. So then the button here would be, yes, send me my ebook, or send me my I want to watch the video, or some type of action for them to take here. Okay, so to change these elements, as you can see here, as I'm moving the mouse around the screen, all these different colored boxes are popping up. So you're probably wondering what on earth this is. So this is basically all editable. So each of these boxes represents a certain section on this page. So if we start from the top here, the green boxes are essentially the larger sections of the page, and then once you move in more, the blue boxes are the next largest section. So these are the different rows in the page, and then the orange sections are the smallest, basically. And these are the elements that you would add to each of the sections. So, here we have, this is the specific element for the image. So this is what you would click on to change the image, for example. So I'll just open it up here to show you. So you have all of the options that are available to change that image within this sort of settings box that pops up on the right hand side here. So this will all be specifically to change the image here on the left, or alter the image. So if you click here, it will bring you to an actual image library. So this is my image library where all of my uploaded images are stored. So once you upload an image, it's always stored in here unless you physically delete it, and that's just for easy access down the road, for future funnels. So if you wanted to replace the image with something else, then you can do that by selecting the image and clicking Add Image, and then it will replace the image. So the important pieces on this page are the image width, image height. You can make adjustments if you want to change the size of the image. If you want to add a link to the image, then you would put the URL for the link here, and then you would indicate if you want the image or the new page to open in a new tab or a new window, which you would always select, really, because you don't want to take people away from your sales funnel. That's the goal, and the idea is to keep them in your sales funnel until at least they've taken the actions that you want them to take. So if you're going to be adding links anywhere, then just make sure that they open in a separate window so you don't interrupt their person's process through your sales funnel here. So there are other things like themes. So this is just if you want different frames around the image, or a rounded image, square image, things like that. And then advanced would be if you want to center the image, like change the image alignment, what type of borders you want here, if you want a shadow underneath the image, just different things like that. So and then to change the text, you could click on settings for each of the text boxes. Will look like that with the orange box around them. And then they'll have this here displayed as the settings available to make the changes to the text. So you can change, the margins are just, how close to the top you want it. You can change the fonts here for whatever font maybe matches your brand, or if you have a specific type of font that you like to use. And then the text color here. So this is where you would make any changes to the color of the text. If you want to add a background color, then you could do that. And opacity here, and typography type. So I don't really usually make any changes to those. So these are the key ones here: text color, size, font, and positioning, things like that. And in the advanced, there are other things like line height, letter spacing, shadows, and different things for more detailed changes to your text. So yeah, so each text box will look like that. So you can, to change or edit the text that's actually inside it, you would just double click and then it will reveal this box here. So you can change the alignment of the text. You can add any links as well to the text if you want to. Bold, underlined, or italicize the text. So you'd basically just use your or make the changes like this, and just click out. And once you've made any edits, you should save frequently to make sure you don't lose them, because it doesn't save automatically. So that's something I learned the hard way in the beginning. So that's basically it for this page. Oh, to make changes to the button, you'll probably want to do that as well. So for the button, this is what the editor will look like. So here you can just add whatever the text is that you want to put in the button. So if you want to change the text, it will update it as you type it. So you can see what it's looking like in the actual button. And once you click to set the action of the button, then it'll bring you here. So you can choose to submit the order form. You can choose to direct people to a separate website. I don't know what I put here, but like I said, you select open in a new tab window every time. You can select to go to the next step in the funnel, or scroll to a different row or section on the page. This is more so for really, really long sales pages. If there's a certain section that you want people to be able to skip to, if they don't want to read all the text. Or submit order form. So what you would select is actually submit order form, not go to a website URL. So that will be for page 2, the website URL. But for this one, you want to always select submit order, because that way it will actually capture the email. So if you do go to URL, it won't capture the email. It's just going to literally send them to another website. So you want to make sure that on this first page, you always put submit order. So so that will be it for this page, basically. The settings here is another area where you might want to make changes. So the integrations is where you would basically be connecting your email software or your email autoresponder. So you can make a selection here. I have a few options here already because I've used a few different email autoresponders. So, but if you're just starting, then this button, you'll have a button indicating that you can add a new integration, and then you'd have to go through a process to add the type of software. So if it's MailChimp that you're using, or whatever whatever the name of the autoresponder you're using, then you'd have to go through the process to connect them. And then you would come here and select, for you, it would say MailChimp integration or whatever else, and then action. So you'd say add to a list, and then it will ask you to select a list. So then you just select a different, I have a few different email lists that I use. So you just select whichever one you want to connect to, and it will connect that for you. SEO metadata. So how do you want this to look for other people that maybe come across the page on Google or something like that? Then this is where you would make the changes, whatever it is that you would want people to see. In Google as the snapshot on Google, then you would make the changes accordingly. So whatever keywords you'd want to put, so maybe the name of your network marketing company, or what the name of a couple of the more popular products that you're trying to sell, or anything like that. You would put your name here as the author of the funnel, and you can add an image, like I said, from the image library here if you choose to. You don't have to. And then it gives you a nice little SEO preview at the bottom here of what it will look like from on Google. So that's the SEO metadata tab. Tracking code is, I wouldn't worry about that. It's if you're more experienced with coding, then you can add some special code here to do different things. So I'm not a coder specifically, so I don't usually touch that. I haven't found a need to, really. Custom CSS. Oh, sorry. Custom CSS is for the coding, and then tracking codes. Sorry, this is for tracking codes from, for example, Facebook. The Facebook pixel codes would go here. Header codes and footer codes. This is where they are. So this is for the Facebook pixel and any other tracking codes you want to put on your sales funnel to track your campaign effectiveness. And custom CSS is for the custom coding, if you know how to do that or have someone that you want to make some specific changes for you. That's where they would put it. So here's where you can also make changes to the background. So the background image here, I didn't do anything fancy. It's just white, basically. But if you wanted to put an image in the background of the entire page, then you could just do so, again, by adding from your image library here, or uploading a picture to your image library and selecting it. here. So you can also put a background video. I don't really do that. It just becomes very busy. So, but you can do that if you want to. And you can set the typography for the entire page if you'd like, if that would be easier for you. And text colors and link colors and things like that. And the general tab is, so this is where you would put the URL of where you want to direct them to after they have submitted their email address here down below. So on submit, go to, and you can put, your company's website, or as I mentioned, maybe a specific product that you'd want to focus on trying to sell. Then you could put that specific product's website from the company's website in here, or things like that. So yeah, and if you wanted to kind of use this as a template for your own sales funnels, if you wanted to create different sales funnels for maybe different products in your from your company, then this is where you would also do it. You would click Save Page as Template, and then you could save just this page to reuse later in a different sales funnel if you wanted to. And you have a preview button here. That will allow you to have to view the page as a person that just lands on it. So this is what your prospects will see once they land on the page, just to give you an idea of what it might look like without all the boxes and stuff like that in the way. So you also have an option here if you click on mobile. So right now it's in desktop view, but you also have the option to view what it will look like on mobile. So I find that with ClickFunnels, everything is, or most everything that I've come across so far, like all the templates, all the different components that you can add to your sales funnel, are all mobile friendly. And if they're not, then they usually have some big warning, box, like a red box here, let's say, that says something like not mobile optimized or something like that, that will actually give you a warning to let you know that it's not an element that you can use in your sales funnel if you want to have people be able to view it properly on mobile. So I think it's really good for that. And most things are mobile friendly though, so I've never had to worry about that myself. But you can still double check in mobile view to make sure that nothing's wonky and it looks okay. So just another thing that I want to mention, that these little icons here for each of the different elements on the page. So this is true for not just the text, but also any buttons or any images, as you see here. So this icon here is to move the element. So if you wanted to move the image for whatever reason, I don't know, to the right-hand side or below the text or anything like that, then you can do that by clicking that, clicking that icon and just dragging it wherever you want. So the settings will pop up the menu on the right-hand side, as I showed you previously. And then this icon is just to copy the element. So it will literally copy this image, let's say, if you click that for this particular item. And then you can drag and drop it wherever else you want the item to be. Same thing with any of the text items. You can copy, they call it clone, but you can copy any item that you want and then move it wherever else you want to put it. So and the last thing, lastly, you have your little delete button here. If you didn't mean to make a copy, or if you made a mistake somewhere, then you can just, or if you don't want an element, maybe you don't want all this text, then you can just click on the little delete button to remove whatever item that you don't want. So again, we have to save before we get out of here because it hasn't saved any of the changes yet. So once you see this, updates will appear at 2:35 here for me. then you know it's safe to exit. It will give you a warning as well upon leaving if you haven't saved yet. So we're safe to exit because it just let us exit. So now we can go to the thank you page and edit the thank you page. I won't spend as much time here on this page because it's the exact same as the previous page, all these different boxes, and I've gone through, you know, all the different settings for the making changes and so on. So it'll be the same for this page, for any page in a sales funnel. So here it says, thank you, your free book, ebook is on its way. Now watch this video for your next steps. So this is something that is commonly done. The video is pretty big here, but you can change the sizing if you want to. But what's commonly done is a video essentially talking about, you can talk about whatever you want the next steps for the prospect to be. So if basically maybe you want to do a video about how, you know, the product has helped you lose weight, or you want to give some testimonials in the video or anything like that, then this would be a good place to do it. And then you can have a call to action, like I mentioned earlier, with this button down below. And this is where you would so if you wanted to use this page, this is where you would put the URL for to send them over to the to your company website. There's different ways to do this, but I added the button here just in case you wanted to use it. If you didn't want to use this, you can delete it, but this is where you could put the URL to have them go to the next step, because you don't need to have them submit anything on this page since they've already given you their email in the first page. So here's where you can set the action. I'll just show you to go to your company website, or like I said, a specific product on the company's site, or whatever you choose to do. So now, for those of you who don't want to use video, maybe that's not really something that interests you, or you don't have a video, or don't know what video you could use, then you can just use an image and then talk about it or anything like that, and then outline the next steps in, you know, point form below. And like I said, not more than three calls to action. So, you know, check your email, confirm the subscription link. This is all just, it's all a template. So this isn't actual text for anything. Maybe click here to join our free Facebook success and accountability group if you want them to join your Facebook group, which you should have a Facebook group, or try and start one at least, for people who might be interested in the type of products that you'll be selling, or who might be interested in the opportunity. Or click below to see our full line of keto products, and then, you know, here's where you could send them to the company page. Again, like I said, so you would use either or. Basically, you wouldn't keep the video and this section with this button and keep the text below with this button. So I added both just to give you options, but it's essentially either or, video or the text, and each option has a button where you can direct them to wherever you want. Okay, so if you wanted to add some additional offers, let's say for anyone who makes a purchase from the company website or anything like that, or who buys the, I don't know, keto diet, the fat decimator system or keto diet product at the on the new once the web page opens, then you can, this is a place where you can do that as well, you know, and they can send you their receipt after the purchase to confirm that they made a purchase, and then you can send them let's say whatever bonuses or other offers you want to give them as their bonus or their thank you for becoming a customer or something like that. So So this is basically a sales funnel for network marketing, how you would use it, and how you can edit it for your own branding and your own products or your own, whatever it is that you want to do with it. So um, I will say that, oh wait, yes, here's the share link for your free network marketing or MLM, whatever you happen to call it, your sales funnel template. I'll put the link in the comments section also. And if you have questions or you need more help, basically I can be reached at, I have a group specifically for sales funnel training and questions and things like that, and it's called Funnel Addicts. So there's a link there for the free Facebook group where I can provide you help if you need more help with this. I'd be happy to help you. And or you can reach me in my free Facebook group, Sell at Home Moms, and I'll put that link in the comments as well. I just wanted to keep all the sales funnel training and discussion out of the main group. So that's why I split it up and created two groups like that. And of course, if you haven't picked up your copy of Network Marketing Secrets yet, then you definitely should. It's free. You just pay like 10 or 15 bucks for shipping and handling. And you can get a book with tons of strategies and other secrets that basically all the big time network marketers use to grow their businesses that are not mainstream marketing tactics yet. So you definitely would want to check that out at the very least. So I have the link to that as well if you haven't picked up that book yet. And I'll put that in the comments too. So again, if you have any questions, join me in one of my groups and I'll be happy to help you out. And I will see you in the next video.